Hello Dungeon Master. In this video we will go through how to create a great villain for your D&D or other roleplay campaign. A good villain can add a huge amount of depth, excitement and tension to your game. It changes your players just seeing the evil boss as a harder fight and an XP boost. Instead, thanks to your villainous dastardly deeds, they now have a score to settle and would hunt them down to stop any more of your well thought out NPC's master plan. So here are 5 tips on how to make your villain truly memorable. 1. Backstory. Your villain should have a history and motivations that explains why they're doing what they're doing. You should create a compelling backstory so that it makes sense why the villain is enacting their plans. They wouldn't simply wake up and choose violence. Well, I guess if there wasn't coffee. But as a DM, you need to consider what events led to your villain to becoming who they are. Was there a great tragedy they suffered? Maybe they lost a great deal and couldn't recover. Were they wronged by society or a certain individual? Shunned from fulfilling their dreams, so they seek revenge on those who wronged them? Are they seeking power or control over fate? Did they need this to protect someone or something? What is their goal or motivation that drives their actions? Knowing their backstory can help you flesh out their plans to succeed. Number 2. Personality. Your villain should have a unique personality. They should be more than just a generic NPC up to no good who just sits around waiting to do evil deeds. They should have quirks and flaws. Quirks could be that they are very intelligent and meticulously plan out all interactions, ensuring they always have an advantage or perhaps an alibi. Flaws could be that they have a weak spot for sugary confectionery. Oh wait, no, that's me. Maybe they become slightly blinded in their need to plan everything. They aren't so good when they have to adapt on the fly. You might want to consider their behaviours in different situations. How do they speak to others? Do they favour certain races more than others? How are they with people they've just met versus people they know really well? Do they come across as charismatic to everyone they meet? They smile outwardly while planning how they can manipulate this person later. Do they have a particular sense of humour that sets them apart from other villains? Thinking of their type of personality will help make your villain more engaging and memorable for your players, as long as they are consistent. Number 3. Make them a threat. Your villain should be seen as a real danger to your players. What makes your villain a threat? Not just to the players themselves, but to others in and around the world the players are in. What resources do they have at their disposal? Are they wealthy and can move about in places others would struggle to navigate, such as high society? Money can buy a lot, including loyalty if the price is high enough. What abilities do they have? Are they a powerful mage with an army of undead minions? Could they be a ruthless criminal mastermind with a network of spies and informants, somehow always seeming to stay a few steps ahead of everything? The players should feel that your villain is truly a formidable foe, and that is going to be a challenge taking them down. Number 4. Create interaction opportunities. You should create different opportunities for the players to interact or view your villain in the game. Do they start out as an evil villain, letting the players know immediately? Or will the players have a few interactions with them before knowing this person has a different side of them? You could have your villains interact with the players directly or indirectly. Do the players see the villain doing something they shouldn't be? Or do they hear about what the villain is doing off-screen, building them up before the players get to meet them? The interactions can help build tension and give your players a chance to learn more about the villain's motivations and goals. Will the villain taunt the players when they know the players are at a disadvantage and can't act? As an example, Aconite had my character and another character in a jail cell, heavily guarded where we couldn't perform any magic. They decided to choose that moment to come and tell us a few secrets that they thought we should know. Not being able to act was so frustrating. It made us hate the character even more, and we have already started planning his demise. Maybe the villain is the person to stop the players getting something they want or need, indirectly or on purpose. The villain could challenge the players, appearing at a critical moment of the story. They might have something the players need, and the villain can task them in doing something questionable to get it back. The first interaction of many. Number 5. The evil lair. No villain is complete without a devilish lair or hideout. Your villain is no different and should have a base that fits them well. Darth Vader had the Death Star, and Skeletor had Castle Grayskull. Have a think about your villain and what kind of place they would live in. Would it be a grand mansion, a dark and haunted castle on a hill, or an underground hidden laboratory where they can keep all of their experiments? Whatever you pick, consider your future encounters in this place and how you could use the lair to the villain's advantage. Would the players come here to finally confront your villain? Would your villain invite them to launch an ambush? You could plan a structured battle with different rooms the players would travel through. What obstacles would the villain place in each of these locations to defend their lair? The lair should be memorable and exciting for the players to explore. It could be a good opportunity to find out more about the mindset of your villain and potentially their motives as they delve deeper into the lair. Could your villain be redeemed? Or would this final meeting be a battle to the death? There you have 5 tips to help you create a great villain for your D&D campaign. By thinking about each of these tips, you could build up a memorable and well-rounded villain for your players to go up against. Remember, a great villain can make the difference between a good campaign and a great one. If you've enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to be notified when the next video goes live. If you would like to support us on Patreon, all the details are below and we appreciate all of your support. So until next time, may the dice be ever in my favour.